Hi guys, Skypoint here, and I am back with some more Kyriss action. My win rate with Kyriss is slowly creeping up. I'm up to winning 54% of matches. Now, again, my deck hasn't changed since yesterday. This is the deck I'm using, and let's take a look at Kyriss kicking some Primarch butt. We are going to start with another fight against Angron, because beating Angron is always fun. Alright, so I decided to put away my 5-cost cards. I was going to keep my Cultist Sorcerer, although I don't expect it to be able to pull off its trademark move of turning into a demon easily. I probably should have held off on the Plague Toad, played it together with Cultist Sorcerer in a 4-energy turn, but I just wanted to try and give Angron something to distract himself with, and he completely went for that. So his first attack did not hit me, and his health lead over me is cut down to 8 points. Let's see if he'll repeat that with the Cultist Sorcerer. Nope, this time he went to hit me, but the Cultist Sorcerer did serve a good purpose. It distracted his Goldstones. So now we're back up to a 9-point lead over me, I think. Yeah. Alright, there's a Plague Bearer. So 8-point lead over me. Let's see what he does to try and get rid of the Plague Bearer. Okay, he is... Ooh, okay, nope. He hit me with his Speeder, although the Plague Bearer created a Mutate card out of that. And then he hit me again with Angron, so he's up to a 13-point health lead. Alright, what do I do now? Let's go ahead and drop some Demon Brutes. Hopefully they get Frontline. Okay, no Frontline, but they get Miasma of Rot, which means they should be able to survive hitting him at least twice. The Plague Bearer hits him as well, so 11-point lead over me. He drops the Defense Satellites, which hits hard. He has a... Ouch, look at that now. He has a 16-point health advantage. So right now, it's going pretty much as Angron would expect. But now I've got a front line in play. And he only has 6 cards in hand. One of them is his transformation, and evidently he had nothing to deal with the front line. So he had to attack it, which buffs it, but then he drops a Goldstone, which kills it. But he took a good amount of damage from that. His lead over me is cut down to 7 points. Let's go ahead and attack him directly. Drop the Beast of Fire, and I'm going to mutate the Beast right now, just to try to reduce my maintenance cost next turn. I was hoping I would get some kind of ward on it, but extra health will help work out anyway. So he goes ahead and he hits the Beast, and now I actually have a health advantage over him. He plays Merciless to kill the Beast, but that's continuing to tick his health down a little. Now I have to play it smart, because I do not want him to trigger his his Whisper of Chaos and become a demon. So I'm just doing some gentle damage to him. It should be relatively hard for him to transform off of this point. He has Rage, so he must attack. So now he goes down to 4 health. He drops no survivors though, which kills everything. I need a 3-point unit to come. Oh, and that's perfect. A Cultist Sorcerer. Because now I can drop the Cultist Sorcerer, then drop the Seekers of Slaanesh to kill the Sorcerer. And with Fast, they can just go ahead and take out Angron. Alright, that was a good start. Now let's move on to a really interesting match against Corax. Alright, so I actually did start with the initiative. I was hoping to get some Plague Toads, nothing came up yet. So let's put away my cards and see... no Plague Toad, but I did get an Unspoiled Land. Ooh, and Aria the Seducer, nice. Okay, let's bring out the Unspoiled Land first, and I get... Alright, a Path of Blood. That's not too bad. Alright, what's he doing? He goes ahead, he's using his 1 damage ability on me, so there's still a 10-point gap between us all. So now let's go ahead and see. I can drop my Cultist Sorcerer at this point. And we are dropping Ekra Trezor from his side instead. So next up we have our trademark move about to trigger over here. I drop the Plague Bearer, I hit the Cultist Sorcerer, and I get a free demon out of it. Very nice. Alright, so, what next? We're going to get my demon bounced back to my hand. Great, but at least it's a free demon card. Can't argue with that. He's healing himself up a little bit there as well. Alright. So, next up is going to be Demon Brutes. Perfect. Let's give them Stupefying Musk to make sure he doesn't kill them too easily. Okay, he's gonna go invisible now, isn't he? He uses his Corax ability on my demon, and that's it. He cannot be spotted anymore. And he's continuing to heal up. He's back up to 40 health, so he's got a 12-point health lead over me. That's fine. I haven't lost too much health myself. Alright, drop the Beast of Fyra. Back on the board again. Okay, and that baits out his stealth removal. That's good because I was hoping I'd get rid of that thing. I mean, I know he has 2 of them. But I wanted to get rid of at least one before Ula, the Doom of Heroes, enters play. 7 energy turn. Not much to do here, so I'm dropping the Plague Bearers and giving them the Path of Blood. Well, nope, I'm using Path of Blood on those guys. Whoops. So that actually makes Path of Blood go away, but it draws a card. Again, I was really trying to get some kind of extra health this time round. Oh no. So Corax setting up his endgame over here. Alright, now it's time for Ula. Nope, actually, we're going to drop Plague Toads and try to buff up my little board over here. Hit the Bloodletters, everything gets buffed. Alright. So he's going to put a bit of effort now this turn into wiping out things, which is just helping me build up my board. 4 points left from him. Alright. Now it's time for Ula, the Doom of Heroes, to pop in. Come on. Yeah, I deliberately killed my own guy so Corax could not go invisible next turn. Alright, there we go. That's what's up. So that was a very deliberate move to kill my own unit over there. Now he starts trying to hit me hard with that sentencing. Painful, right? Okay, what comes up? Okay, good. I've got a Poxbringer. And, oh, actually a Slayer of Worlds. There we go. Let's see if we can get him to focus that Slayer down. Give it Mutation to mitigate its cost a little. Its maintenance cost. So now I'll be down 6 energy, not 7 energy in my next turn. So he's going to try and take that. Oh, no, he uses an Inescapable Cell. Okay, at least I'm not paying any maintenance. And he's got no more Inescapable Cells. So he uses Sentence to hit me hard. That is 3 points of damage right there. I think 3 or was it 4. And a really hard hit from the... what was these guys? Shadow Wardens. But the Shadow Wardens were left on 4 energy. So I can kill them with Ula, which copies them. Which allows me to put them back into play. And then I just use my ability to hit Corax. He hasn't got anything really big coming. Yeah, okay, perfect. So this Corax is about to be in for a very unpleasant Kyriss surprise. I'm down to 9 health. But he's lost it now. Watch this move. So now with Ula, I attack him directly for 7. The Shadow Wardens, which I copied, hits for another 7. Now I drop the Seekers of Slaanesh, who kill the Shadow Warden, and hit him for another 6. And then lastly, I have Eternal Rivalry, which has been sitting in my hand. Drop Eternal Rivalry, and I can hit him for 6 more. And that's Corax down. That was a nice fun match. Like in the end, I suddenly burst damaged out there. What? 14 plus 6, 20... 26 damage out of that last turn, which he just did not see coming. Now let's move on to a really interesting match against Crazy Cat. The end of this one was a little bit nuts. Alright, so again, I put away my 5 cost cards to start with. We're going with a 1 cost card only, the Unspoiled Land. I have the initiative as well, which is good. Let's do this. We are going to attack him with my energy ability, drop Unspoiled Land, and hopefully get 2 demons. Perfect. A double Seekers of Slaanesh. Okay, he's creating a card in his hand. I don't mind that. I'm going to drop my Chaos Sorcerer and hope I can pull off my little trick. Yep, he just creates another card in his hand. He's trying to get ready for all the Sentinel cards he's going to play later on. So let's do my Cultist trick. Hit the Cultist, drop Ekra-Trez, attack with the Cultist, and I get which demon? I get a Plaguefly. Ugh. Like one of the least useful demons, and it comes with a maintenance penalty as well. Its maintenance costs 2. Ouch. Alright, with only 3 energy, I decided I didn't really want to do anything. I didn't want to attack with my Plaguefly either. I think having it a bit being alive to poison stuff could be useful. 4 energy turn. Again, not much I want to do here. I'll just attack Valdor and use Ekra-Trez to repair the damage I took. So he's got a 3-point health lead over me. He goes ahead, he kills my demon, which is good for me. Also, it's bad for me because he's triggering down his Reckoning. Alright, no, I think I got this. Yeah. Alright, 7 energy over here. He's got Tribune on the board. Ekra-Trez gives me 1 last heal before he gives his life so that the Seekers of Slaanesh can hit the board and wipe out that Tribune before it gets devastating. Okay, this is looking good. I've got board presence. I'm only 3 points behind him on health. He's only killed 1 of my units so far. Is he going to try and kill that? Oh wow, he really wants to trigger his Reckoning there. I have a lead on health now. That's not bad. Worst things which can happen. Let's drop Ula, the Doom of Heroes now. Oh boy, look at that. What can I do here? All I can do is hit him with Ula. I think that's it. Let's drop a Herald of Slaanesh to prepare for the next turn, and that's all. Not planning on attacking with either of those guys, so I wasn't using my Unrestricted Frenzy. I want to save that for when I get some mutations going. Oh my god, Benediction! They're healed up, and he gets to play a cheap card. What's coming? Apotheosis. Oh boy. Okay, so that's going to make it much easier for him to trigger his Reckoning now, as well as do a lot more damage. That health lead I had has suddenly dissolved. I almost have half as much health as him. Drop a Plague Ridden, and now let's go ahead and take out his frontline troop, which also gives me a copy of it. And now I'm in huge danger of my hand being way too big. So let's solve that. I'll drop a copy of Ula on the board. And there we go. The Telemon Dreadnought. That thing has got to get destroyed. How am I going to do it? Well, actually, it's not that hard. First of all, drop myself a frontline unit. Use my energy ability to pop its shield. And I'm just using my Ula abilities to go and keep the pressure on Valdor. So now he only has an 8-point health lead over me. I've got a nice front line available. And so much for my nice front line available. He jammed it and did 2 points of damage, and he's gaining a ton of attack. And he's going straight for the jugular over there. Painful. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And preternatural skills so he can just heal up. Fantastic. Alright, what do I do? What do I do? Okay, we're going to drop a Moormonger of Khorne so I have a front line for defense. Need that front line desperately. Unrestricted Frenzy now to buff my entire line. Destroy his Dreadnought and create a copy of it in my hand. And those guys can wipe out his buffer. Okay, survived that by the skin of my teeth. And it's another Dreadnought. Great. Okay. What comes next? We are going to pop its shield. Drop a Seekers of Slaanesh to kill this demon over here. Which will allow the Seekers to attack him. Which will allow Ah, perfect. Okay. And we copied his second Telemon Dreadnought. Alright, both his Dreadnoughts are in my hand. And now I may as well drop a Toad onto the board. I can attack him, which buffs my attack, and now I have enough to kill him easily next turn. If he doesn't have a way of popping my front line. And he did not, so that's it. Whew, look at that ending there. So that was a nice little win there against Valdor. And our next fight sees Kyriss up against a Titan. So up against Canis Vertex over here. Putting away all my cards because this is going to be a tough fight. I want something good to drop in turn 1 and I get nothing. Honestly, I expected this match to go really badly at this point. I even did a stupid opening move. Instead of attacking the gun, I used my energy ability on it. So instead of doing 2 points of damage, I did just 1. I was already feeling frazzled from my terrible opening hand. Those Titan's fists begin bludgeoning me. And again, I don't get good stuff. I just need to play something. So I drop my Informant Network just to deal 5 points of damage. And I go ahead and start punching his gun again. Both of his guns are now loaded. He pops a Void Engagement, which hits me, of course. I'm down 6 points of health already. And he opens up a shield to protect his central body. And still no cards to play! Oh my god. Alright, so just hit that gun again. Another Void Engagement comes down, and I take no damage from that one. He uses his Psychic Energy to keep pummeling me down, and he beats me with the other fist, and he blasts me with a laser gun. So now I've lost 13 points of health. And I have not played a single unit onto the board. Again, there's one of his units. Remember, I don't even have that much healing in this deck. Okay, so let's do this. Attack it to create a Warp Rift. And then we're going to drop Vanguard of Hell just so I can get some troops on the board, because Lord knows I need troops now. A Defense Satellite Strike comes and... okay. Hits all my Bloodthirsters. They survived. He punches one of them, which buffs the other, which is actually quite useful for me. And he's got no more Psychic Energy to create anything. So now I can start to finally build a board presence. I have my Bloodthirster, a Plague Bearer, and a Toad, and I can punch that gun down. Okay, so that gun has 6 health left. The Bloodthirster, if it survives, which it won't, could kill it next turn. Oh wow, look at this. So bye-bye to my Plague Toad. And bye-bye to my Bloodthirster. Which, as it dies, gives a parting gift to my Plague Bearer. He blasts the Plague Bearer down. And is he doing anything else here? Yep, he destroys the Plague Bearer with the last of his Psychic Energy. Almost the last of his Psychic Energy. He'll generate 2 more points next turn, which will actually be enough for him to put a shield down. Stupefying Musk will hopefully allow these guys to survive till next turn. And again, I messed up. I used my energy ability to hit the gun and not my face. Let's give that thing a buff. Now it's got a decent attack going. So that Demon Brute is dangerous enough. You'll have to put a lot of effort into destroying it. Ugh. Alright, continues beating me down hard. Yeah, look at that. Punch, punch, punch. Alright. Ooh, nice. A Beast of Fire. But what we're actually going to do here is destroy that gun, finally. Which does a useful amount of damage to the fist beside it and creates a Warp Rift. You can drop the Beast of Fire and use Tides of Madness to now copy the Beast of Fire. I'm going to suffer a ton. I was about to suffer a ton of maintenance next turn, except of course he decided to try to kill the beast. Artillery Strike hits me and my Demon Brute and my Warp Rift. He brings in a Sagittarius Squad. He's continuing to beat me down hard. The Sagittarius Squad though hits the Beast of Fire. Okay, let's do it. We're going to take out his power fist over there. That reduces the amount of attacks he can do. And we need to take out that other power fist. So we'll drop the Seekers of Slaanesh, destroy the Warp Rift, and hit that fist, which destroys the Sagittari squad and does a ton of damage to his laser. And again, I messed up. I used my energy ability on the laser, not face punching it. Informant Network kills my Demon Brute, and then he's probably going to blast my Seductress. No, he's not even going to do that. He uses his Corax to destroy the Seductress, which means he's got 3 points of damage he can blast me with. So I've got 3 health left. His central body has 33 health left. Not good. And in 2 turns, that laser will fire and kill me. Step 1. Warmonger of Khorne for some defense against units. And drop my Herald of Slaanesh and pop his shield. He has enough energy that shield can go back up next turn. Oh god, a front line. And a Sagittari squad. And another troop. He puts the shield on the gun as I expected. Alright. And he shoots my front line at least, so that's helpful. Alright, so what are we going to do here? Okay, we drop Ekra Trez. We destroy his frontline troop. Destroy the Sagittari squad. Let's use Path of Blood now on these guys. With Stupefying Musk, they'll survive 1 more turn. Take out that troop over there. Hope he doesn't have an easy way of doing 2 points of damage to me. Path of Blood. There we are. Alright, if I survive and Ekra survive till the next turn, I'll get a useful amount of health back. Oh wow, look at that. Uses his front line, but he forgot about Survivor. It wasn't showing easily on the card, I think. And conveniently, its death popped the shield, which helps me out a lot. Bring a Poxbringer for more healing. Extra health from there. And let's drop a Cultist Sorcerer onto the board as well. Alright, there we are. Bye-bye to all of his weapons. I've got a good amount of health. He's got no weapons left. I mean, a good amount meaning enough that I can probably survive anything a neutral Warlord can drop. I created that Warp Rift, which I then kill with my Cultist Sorcerer. Not Cultist Sorcerer, with my Seekers of Slaanesh. And then destroy my original Warp Rift to get enough energy to drop my last unit on the board. Okay, so this was a great move by him. Oh wow, okay. He gave my Poxbearer over there a Relentless, which causes it to deal 2 damage to units on either side, which would have stopped me from winning, except the Poxbringer's bonus health triggered first. So my Warmonger got just enough health to be able to survive. Wow. So that was a nice little crazy win against Canis Vertex with Kyriss. We're going to round off with 2 fights against Alpharius. So over here I decided to put away all my cards and draw a new set because these were way too expensive, and this worked out perfectly. A Plague Toad and an Unspoiled Land. That's pretty much all a demon could ask for. Unspoiled Land gives me 2 Warmongers of Khorne. Let's drop the Plague Toad and attack him. Does he have a way of taking it out? Nope, he just gives me a unit. And gives me a card. And gives me a point of damage. Alright. And yes, it is Alpharius over there. Alright. Now my Plague Toads get to work reproducing. In a second. Let's see here. Yep. Okay, there's my bonus point of damage. My Plague Toads reproduce. And I play my Plague Bearer. I deliberately put him on the opposite side of the Secret Operative, so that if he wants to play a mass stun to hit as many of my troops as possible, he has to drop it on top of the secret operative. Okay, he's trying to make me draw lots and lots of cards. Alright, so there goes the secret operative. What are we going to do here? We're going to drop the bloodletters for now. He jammed my toad, so it's no longer going to reproduce, which is sad. Let's go ahead and give myself a warp rift at least. That's going to start reducing the cost of my units. And I am currently... I've lost 8 points of health, he's lost 5. He goes ahead and plays the Pale Spear. Alright. What do we do now? Well, step 1 is going to be drop a cheap unit. Now, I meant to hit my Bloodletter, not my Plague Toad, but oh well. At least I did it after I dropped the Plague Ridden, so I got a copy of my Plague Toad back. Now I can just go ahead and start attacking him. So my health, well, his health lead over me is now cut down. He has a 5-point health lead. Thunderhawk Gunship, he hits my Plague Ridden quite badly, and he stuns my Bloodletter. And he destroys my Bloodletter, which actually buffs the rest of my stuff. Which, okay, fine. Alright. Oh, my hand is full. That looks like a good recipe for a harrowing. Let's drop a Plague Toad, let's drop another Bloodletter, and let's drop a Herald of Slaanesh. And attack. That Warp Rift ate the Pale Spear. He's dropping more units down here. And does he do anything? Yeah, he takes out my Warp Rift. But at this point, it's actually too late for him. He has now lost the match. Watch this. So again, step 1, I use Kyriss' ability on the Bloodletters, which buffs my entire line, which gives me enough damage to easily kill him. So these Heralds of Slaanesh attack, and lastly, he realized the Bloodletters were about to attack, and he gives up. So that was a win against Alpharius. Even though I had a full hand of cards, I managed to pull it off quickly before he harrowed me. And the last one for today is a really entertaining one against another Alpharius. I really thought this was going to go very badly for me. You'll see why in a moment. Again, a bad hand of cards, nothing to play in turn 1 or 2, except that Cultist Sorcerer came up. That's nice. Alright, so attack him over there. Well, it looks like it's going to be a bit of a trap. Alright, Cultist Sorcerer or Plague Bearer. We're going to go with Cultist Sorcerer. And what's he doing? He bounces the guy back to my hand. Wow. He used his Melgator on just a Cultist Sorcerer. Interesting, interesting. Well, let's go ahead now and bring that guy back out. And we're just going to use our energy ability to hit him. So he has a 3-point lead over me. He attacks with Melgator. And he brings out that guy to do 2 points of damage. Alright, so he actually has a decent board presence advantage over me as well as health. So let's drop the Heralds of Slaanesh for now. Next turn I can drop the Bloodletters and then buff them, well hit them, and that'll buff the Heralds and they can attack. More traps going into my deck. Not a good sign, not a good sign at all. Ugh. Secret Operative. Lectitio Dividatus. So of course he put he put a bunch of cards into my deck, and then he was making me draw cards with Lectitio Divinatus, and I'm taking damage as that happens because of the Secret Operative. I can sort of get a sense of where this is going. Alright, let's bring in those Bloodletters. We're going to ping them, which buffs all my units, including the Secret Operative. And then attack Alpharius directly. Try and keep him under pressure. Ooh, Hurtado Bronzy. This smells like a trap. There's a trap. And he hits me. Wow, he actually headbutted me with his Warlord. Oh, he's trying to get rid of those guys. Okay. Right, those secret operatives are looking a bit buff, although he then stuns them. I don't have a way of taking out Bronzy this turn. Let's drop the Beast of Fyra and let's drop a Plague Bearer. I'm just trying to put as many units on the board as possible so that if the trap which destroys a unit comes up, I don't get wrecked by having my one powerful unit destroyed. Okay, he's taking full advantage of Bronzy surviving another turn by handing out traps like it's candy. Oh wow, okay. What's he doing next? He's going to... Oh, I think I know what's coming up. Yeah. Alright, so with the Cultist, 1 point of damage to everyone. Takes a fair bit of damage to me. Now I'm paying the maintenance penalty for the Beast of Fyra, which is irritating. Let's drop a Plague Ridden so when the beast dies I can get another copy of it. And we are going to just focus on hitting Alpharius hard there and there. Alright. I've got a Warp Rift going. I've got a Beast which is about to die, I think. So is he going to try and kill the Beast or is he going to try and kill the Warp Rift or both? Takes out the Warp Rift with his guy. And he does take out the Beast. Interesting. Which gives me a free Beast. Yes, alrighty. So technically I still have a health lead over him. The only problem is like his deck has 18 cards and mine has 28 because there's a bunch of traps in there. Too early for Urea the Seducer. Let's drop a Bloodletters and a Beast of Fyra, and then we're going to ping the Bloodletters, which buffs my whole board including the Beast. I can now hit him with the Plague Ridden and I'm back to a 9-point health lead, although with all those traps in my deck at this point it could dissolve quickly. He comes out with as Dynat, and then he's going to stun the Beast, I bet, which means the Beast does nothing and I just pay the maintenance penalty. Yep, there we are. He hits the Beast. Alright, and I have a secret operative on my board. He heals up again one more time, up to 20 health. So I still have a health advantage and board control right now. Oh no, here we go. Seeds of Betrayal. This is where it begins. Plague Toad. Oh, Hydra Dominatus. This is why I tried to put lots of troops up. And another Plague Toad. Interesting. Lots of damage coming from that secret operative. And lastly, a Cultist Sorcerer. And Hydra killed the secret operative. That's convenient. Let's drop the... Secrets of Sineesh. And actually, this is where I did something stupid. I missed lethal. I should have attacked with the Bloodletters first. That would have buffed all my other troops enough and I could have won this turn. Instead, I left him alive on 1 point of health. With all the traps in my deck, is a very dangerous thing to be doing. And of course, there we go. He pulls out a mass stun, so none of the troops I have on the board can actually do anything next turn, so that slows down my ability to win. And now he's creating more traps. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 6 traps were in my deck. He's adding more, so there was 6 or 7 traps in my deck. He's adding 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he added 3 more traps into my deck. So I think out of there were 7 traps originally plus 3 more. He's continuing to try and hit me hard. Oh no, here we go. Seeds of Betrayal. 1, 2, 3. My hand was full. Hydra Dominatus. Honestly, my units were already stunned, so it doesn't matter. And my hand was full. Okay, because my hand is full, let's just dump out as many units as I can. Hope I don't get stunned on them next turn. So Poxbringer and Bloodletters. I probably should have gone with the Beast instead, but whatever. More traps, hooray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he, oh no, he played Infiltration to copy. Oh my god, look at all the traps in my deck. I think now this is what, 11 traps are in my deck. So out of 22 cards, 50% of them are traps. And he's adding in 6 more. So 3/4 of my deck is traps. So basically if I draw a Seeds of Betrayal, I lose. Look at all those traps in my deck now. Wow. My deck is pretty much back to its original size. It's bigger than the original size. It's full of so many traps by now. And I don't draw a trap. So I think the game actually, the replay broke at this point. It didn't finish, but what actually happened was the guy realized that he was going to lose at this point and he quit the match. This is why I don't like trap decks, because it's such a stats game that even if you've put as many traps as he has to me in the deck, you may still not draw the right traps at the right moment, and all that effort goes to waste. So I can't remember how I finished this, whether he quit or whether I actually attacked with any one of my units, but the match was over at this point. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed watching Kyriss take on Primarchs and Titans. He is still a really fun Warlord in my opinion. A 54% win rate is not great, but it's not terrible either, meaning he's definitely competitive. I have Kyriss and I have Corax from the Demons right now. I tried Corax once or twice, and I just find Kyriss' playstyle to be a lot more fun. I also particularly enjoy the fact that he is high initiative, so you have a pretty good chance of going first. Alright, so until I do my next video, I'll see you later guys. Bye for now.